I've got a little past 10 o'clock, so I'll call this public hearing to order. Let the record show we do have quorum, Commissioner Pena being absent. This is a public hearing on the tax rate. Now, let me explain a little bit, and this is open. Anyone, any questions, any comments? Certainly we're open to any comments and suggestions. The tax rate that I am proposing is the same tax rate that we had last year. We're not increasing the rate at all, and which is at 0.7632. That's the same tax rate we had last year. The reason for that is that now this does generate more money than we generated last year. So it automatically falls into a rollback election. However, let me explain to you why I feel that this is appropriate. The tax rate, in order to fall below the 3%, well, let me backtrack a little bit. The state legislation always allows the counties to increase 8%. This year they lowered it to 3%. So by lowering to 3%, we are over by 4 cents. Now, what does this 4 cents do? Okay, the reason that I'm suggesting we keep the same tax rate is because we need the money for operations. For example, the health insurance for our employees this year went up $400,000 on account of COVID and other illnesses that were in the community. Also, in the budget, I'm proposing a 5% increase to our employees with a cap of $4,000 and a floor of $1,500. That means that anyone, the lower bracket people, income people, will get at least a $1,500 raise. Those that make the bigger income cannot exceed $4,000. So that means that the increase for those that are in the higher bracket could be as little as 4%, 3.8, somewhere in that vicinity. For those that are in the lower bracket, instead of a 5%, they could be at a 6.5%. And the reason for that is so that we can keep the gap between the higher income people and the lower income people, to keep the gap close. Having said that, those two things alone amount to about $1.2 million that we need. So the 4 cents, that's what it brings in. Let's assume that we were to roll back the 4 cents. What does that do? Well, for one, our employees would lose their raise. The health cost would be passed on to them, and I don't think that is fair. Right now, the way the economy is, the cost of fuel, food, everything, we cannot deprive our hardworking employees the value of their dollar purchasing power. So I feel at the very least we need to help him out with that. Now, the real reason that I believe that this is adequate and fair is that, let's assume we lower the 4 cents. The average value of a house in Starr County is $60,067. What does 4 cents do to them? It would decrease by $24. That is $2 a month. That is one soft drink. That's all they're going to be saving. One soft drink. Now let's take some of the bigger paying, let's say energy companies that we have in our community. They would save to the tune of approximately $200,000 a year that our employees desperately need. So I feel that it's only fair this companies, and by the way, we want to be business friendly, but these companies are making a lot of money in our community. So I feel that they need to pay their fair share. So that's the reason that I don't think our people will revolt to $2 a month, where the big companies would save $200,000. Now, there's rumors out there in the community, about this tax rate. But it's the same group of people that believe that the poor should carry the burden and the rich should not have to pay any taxes. I am totally against that. Totally against that. And I know the court feels the same way. I feel everyone should pay their fair share. So anyhow, that is the reason that I am proposing to the court that we keep our same tax rate of 0.7632. Next year, if things improve from this recession or inflation that we have right now, certainly we can consider lowering our tax rate. This year, I don't think it's in the best interest of the county or our community. I'll open it up to the commissioners if they have anything to say, or any questions or any comments that you might want to say on the tax rate.
The only thing I can say is that I agree with what you said, and I agree with the tax rate that we are on at this point in time, to keep the same tax rate.
Any questions, comments? I mean, this is your meeting. It's a public hearing. We're here at your discretion. We serve for you. So. If there's none, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing. It is I've got 10:14, and I guess we can move on to our regular Commissioners Court meeting. By the way, before I open it up for the Commissioners Court meeting, if anyone, and I'm addressing the community, anyone in Starr County, has any questions or any concerns or any, you hear any rumors, my door is always open. You can call me, you can come visit me. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. I certainly don't have a thin skin. I will be more than happy to discuss any issue with you. I believe that what we're doing is correct and right, so everyone is welcome to discuss it with me. And this goes to the public. Thank you all so much. It's 10:15, so I will call our regular Commissioners Court meeting to order. This is a regular Commissioners Court meeting, September 12th. And it's, like I said, 10:15 at the courthouse. Let the record show we do have quorum, Commissioner Peña being absent. If everyone will please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public comments? Okay, approval of minutes. You all have them before you. I don't know if you need any more time or.
Second.
I have a motion to approve and second. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is the vendors list. Ms. Alanis?
Yes, can I have them for here and recommend for approval?
Motion to approve.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And the next item is the approval of claims.
Yes, I've also reviewed the claims and I recommend for approval.
I just move, yeah.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Before we start our reports, is there anyone from out of town that needs to address the court at this time? Yes, sir. If you Identify yourself, please.
My name is Javier Dominguez. I'm a transportation planner at the Rio Grande Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization. Sorry.
Okay.
It is in regards to the letter of commitment to the Safe Streets for All application that we are submitting this week. The deadline is this week. This is for a action plan grant. The RGV MPO, although has many studies done and plans completed, we would need to complete a comprehensive safety action plan first before asking for an implementation grant or construction dollars. Our study area is going to be encompassing the entirety of Hidalgo County and the portions of Starr County that are within our MAB or the metropolitan area boundary, which is all but one census tract in Starr County. So we split it between Hidalgo and Starr County by population. Hidalgo County has 93% and Starr County has 7%. So we are applying for $250,000 and we are going to be needing a $50,000 local match. The letter of commitment that we are asking Starr County for is for $3,500. If awarded the grant, we will be coming back either in January or February for that letter of commitment from Starr County so that we can get the local match for our application to complete the study. We will, sorry, just one more thing. We will be comprising a grant subcommittee, and we would like either city or county staff from Starr County to help with the development of the plan and help us guide the consultants that we hire for this plan. If you have any questions over what this plan can encompass, we do have some proven safety countermeasures that hopefully the grant subcommittee can help us sort of narrow down, such as one thing we've already heard a lot of feedback for is a intensive sidewalk or walkway facility inventory across both counties so we can see where the sidewalks are, the conditions that they're in, and where we need more. So then in a future funding round, we can ask for construction dollars to help out. But there's a lot more. There's pavement friction management. There is pedestrian safety crossing implementation practices, road safety audits, and the list goes on and on. I'm available to answer any questions if there are any at this point.
Well, you know, one thing, the MPO, certainly we're appreciative that Hidalgo and Cameron and them invited Starr County to be members of the MPO, and what this facilitates for the county is that now we can share in the bigger bucks that will be coming into the valley by being part of the MPO. I personally think $3,500 is a very reasonable investment, you know, for hopefully the return that we will get. So, you know, I would recommend that we approve it, but it's up to the court.
And what's this study for?
So there's the Safe Streets for All is one of the programs that was announced in the infrastructure bill. So essentially, if there are proven safety countermeasures that you can choose, but there's over almost 24 that you can pick from, and then you can do a study so that in the future you can ask for money, whether that be increasing pedestrian safety crossings on roads, putting new signs, lights, but we need to have a study that shows where the need is first in order to apply for it. And as of right now, the MPO doesn't have a study that meets the requirements to ask for construction dollars so that we can put in new, I don't know if you've seen like in Dallas or Houston where there's like a boulevard like Bicentennial, McAllen, and there's a pedestrian crossing, the pedestrians can push the button of the light to kind of alert the traffic. So we can do a study to look at where that could be utilized across the valley. But that's just one example. But we would need to complete this study first before we ask. There's going to be 5 funding rounds, so this is the first one. We're also going to be doing a Reconnecting Communities pilot program, which has to do with, we're partnering with the transit agencies. And so it kind of goes hand in hand. And so we're kind of hoping that these two together will, you know, help just improve transit and walking around the valley overall. But there's also things that you can use like for high friction safety. So it's like the substance that's like a clear plastic that you can kind of put on top of the road that causes more friction so that tires slip less. And so where could we utilize something like that? So there's a lot of directions that you can go, you know, reducing left turn lanes, roundabouts, but obviously the MPO doesn't make those decisions with that. So we're kind of asking for people from county and staff to help us guide the direction of the development of the plan, so to speak.
How much money is going to be available?
So we're applying for $250,000. So the local match is $50,000, and so hopefully with the $250,000 we can do a really good. We can select, let's say, 4 to 5 or however many proven safety countermeasures that we really think are relevant to our areas. I know that, Starr County is not the same. You have different road problems than in McAllen or Brownsville, so to speak. So what is something that is important or critical to you guys? And so that's why we really need the grant subcommittee to help us out with that. So, hopefully we'll be granted the amount. And the award announcement's expected to come out either at the end of this calendar year or beginning of next calendar year. So hopefully I can come back pretty soon with the good news that we were awarded. It's a fairly quick turnaround time. There's a lot of different directions that you can take this, but essentially in a nutshell, it's the development of the plan so we can ask for construction dollars in the future funding.
If I heard correctly, you said this was the first of 5 funding cycles?
Yes, first of 5 funding cycles, but we want to get ahead, right? Because
Sure.
we don't have the plan to ask for construction dollars for any, or implementation dollars really, to do anything like this. And so this is the first step that the MPO would need to take. And so they've also said it helps out if you apply first for an action plan grant, and then in the future apply again for an implementation grant, because then you went through their program to complete your study to ask for that implementation dollars.
One other question, the $3,500, that would be needed when and if we're approved?
Yes, when and if awarded, yes. So
Okay.
the ask of, the local match is 50,000 and we split it by population. Obviously Hidalgo County has 93% of the population between 2 counties, so we're asking Hidalgo County for 46,500. And Starr County has 7% of the population between both counties, so that's why we came up with the number of 3,500. At the policy board, we went and we asked how the policy board, which is consisted of elected officials from both Hidalgo and Starr County, and so we have Starr County represented on that board as well. We asked for their recommendation on how we can ask for the local match since this is truly region-wide. And so their recommendation was to go to the county commissioners courts and ask for the local match, because that means we no longer just have to focus on the bigger cities, we can focus also on some of the more rural areas in both counties as well.
Where are the cities here? What kind of role do they play on this grant, all the cities?
The role that the city and county staff would play is to give us the recommendation for the development of the plan. So there's so many options we can go for.
Because what I mean, what they're going to focus on is on the cities, not the rural areas,
Well-
Who benefits more?
Yep.
The cities,
Well, yeah,
Commissioner, on that, I'm the one that sits on the board, on the governing or the decision-making, and I guarantee you'll be out in the rural. The cities have their own, needs and whatever, but I think we have more needs out in the rural areas than we do in the cities. We have needs all over.
Yeah.
But, I will be representing.
well, like I say, the time I've been here, there's always focusing in the city area.
Yeah.
Rural areas are left out all the time.
Yeah.
We get the tail end, it's just nickel and dime.
so that's the great thing about this approach is that, if we get someone from the county level to represent, then that hopefully shows that representation of the rural areas as well. That's why I'm asking at the county level versus just going to Rio Grande City or to Roma and asking representation or letter of commitment from them. So if we ask from the county, then we can ensure that we have a broader reach over the area for our study plan. And so the metropolitan area boundary where we can complete studies, there's only one census tract in Starr County that we cannot do anything, and I believe that's the census tract on the northwest corner. It's a pretty big census tract. I don't know exactly what towns are out there, but that I just wanted.
That's the Salineño Falcon area.
Hmm?
The Salineño Falcon area is not in the MPO
Boundary.
Why is that?
because that's the way it was structured.
Yeah, so when Starr County was incorporated into the MPO, the entire county wasn't incorporated. It was like, I would say, 90% of the county. So in all sense of transparency, there's just one quadrant, so to speak, that at the very west and northwest.
And this is why I asked, because we just had, 3 years ago, we hired a guy, paid him over $100,000. We got zero, not one penny, on that firm that we hired, that Hollis Riceless. We paid him, I think, $118,000 or $109,000. Not one penny that we got here in this county through him.
Well, the only thing I can answer to that is that the MPO stance on developing these sort of developments and plans is that we don't make any decision. So if you feel at the county level that something isn't right or we're missing something, then you guys are the ones that would give that or judge that I would be the one.
But we told the guy what we needed, but we never, nothing came through, you know.
Well,
But,
we're
you know,
federal.
I mean,
Yeah, we work with the federal government, with Federal Highway Administration, so there's checks and balances.
well,
and so
according to that guy, he was a big shot up in the federal government. He had all the contacts up there. Apparently, they disconnected him because, you know,
Yeah,
we didn't get one penny.
I'm sorry about that, but yeah, you know, we work taxpayer dollars through the Council of Governments, although our Council of Governments is different than Starr County. There's multiple levels of checks and balances between the MPO and developing these plans, and there's a wider array assortment that we can share with you, where we can show you the studies and plans that we've completed before.
Any other question or comment? Okay. I guess I'll entertain a motion to approve a letter of commitment to the.
Oh, this is a letter of commitment only.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is just to apply.
To apply, I'll make the motion to recommend it.
Have a motion and Commissioner, you said second for the letter of commitment. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from outside? Okay. If not, I guess we'll go on with our reports, or do you all want to take care of the budget and that first? Or you want to take care of the budget primeiro, or we
Whatever you want to.
follow the reports?
You want to have the budget, we'll have the budget.
Let's do that. Okay. Let's move to item number 8, and this is to discuss and take action on adopting the Starr County budget for years 22-23. The budget has been filed for preliminary review at the county clerk's office, so, and you all have seen copies of it. The final is pretty much the same with minor changes, just so we could balance. But it's, as far as the amount of money that's being budgeted, it's the same. So I recommend that we approve. But it's up
I
to
don't
you.
know, Your Honor.
Second.
Moved and second to approve the budget as presented. Discussion? All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now, this budget will be posted, or it'll be filed at the county clerk's office, hopefully this afternoon. If not tomorrow, we still need to do the cover pages and stuff that need to happen. So if we can, we'll do it this afternoon. If not, it'll probably be in the morning. Item number 9 is to approve and adopt the tax rate for the 22-23 year, which is, like I mentioned before, the same tax rate that we had last year, which is 0.7632.
I don't know, Your Honor.
Second, Your Honor.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion? All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Thank you, Jenny. Let's go back to our regular agenda. Gas Department.
Your Honor and Commissioners, I'd like to table both my reports, A and B, the gas department and the transfer station, if I may, for next meeting. I'm waiting for some information from Producers Gas, and the report was not completed, so I'm asking for those 2 reports to be tabled.
Okay. Is there a motion to table
I
items A
don't
and
know,
B?
Your Honor.
Second.
Thank
Moved
you.
and second. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Tax Assessor, Ms. Salinas.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
My report is before you. Can you please follow me? Our total delinquent collections for August 2022, just for Starr County, were $411,227 with 26 cents. Our total delinquent collections in August of 2021 were were $377,970 with 2 cents. There was a total collection of $33,257 and 24 cents more than last year. As of June, there was a total of $489,588 with 73 cents of the projected current taxes to be collected. In August, the tax office collected $122,415 with 21 cents of the 2021 taxes that turned delinquent July 1st, 2022. The projected current collections remaining are $176,266 with 40 cents. We have surpassed the delinquent collection goal and are currently at 119% of the projected collections. As part of the American Rescue Plan, the total amount collected just for Starr County entities were $66,852 with 38 cents.
So, from the rescue plan monies, we have collected total about 1.15 million?
The total amount we have collected is $1,156,766 with 73 cents for the month of April, May, June, July, and August.
Okay, let me just make a comment here, Ms. Salinas, if I may.
Sure.
And this is more to the public that will be watching. We do have a program that the court approved, commissioners and myself, to help people in the community that are behind on their taxes. Like anything else with federal and state monies, there are some requirements that must be met. But if you feel that if you owe taxes, by all means, either contact our tax office, contact Commissioner Perez's precinct office, or my office, and we will be more than happy to guide you to see if you qualify to get help to pay your taxes. Lo voy a repetir en español para los que no entiendan inglés o estén viendo. Tenemos un programa en el condado y no les cuesta ni un centavo, se lo hacemos gratis, que pueden aplicar del dinero que nos vino para el COVID, donde pueden asistirles para pagar las taxes que estén delincuentes. Todo lo que tienen que hacer es llamar a la oficina de la señora Salinas, que es el tax office, a la oficina del comisionado Pérez o cualquier comisionado, y ellos los van a dirigir, o a la oficina mía, qué es lo que tienen que hacer y si cualifican para estos fondos. Y vuelvo a repetir, este programa es gratis, no les cuesta ni un nicle a nadie. Si pueden, por favor, traten de hacer eso. Es una oportunidad para ponerse al corriente con sus taxes. I'm sorry.
Judge, let me just add this. No es decisión del condado, no es decisión del condado local. En ninguno de nosotros está la decisión de que si cada persona califica para esta ayuda. Es estrictamente el gobierno federal es el que da la aprobación. Eso es.
Muy buen punto.
And the guidelines are, sir? Yeah.
The guidelines of course, are one, you must have proof that you own that property. And the main thing is income. There's an income threshold that if you earn more than so much money, of course, they're not going to help. Uno de los reglamentos que tienen es más el dinero que recibe la familia o la casa. Si reciben arriba de una cantidad, pues entonces no cualifican. Pero la mayoría han cualificado, y como explicó ahorita la señora Salinas, ahorita hemos ayudado con más de $1.1 million de taxes que se debían, que el gobierno hemos podido recoger, vuelvo a repetir, del COVID money, el dinero que vino del Rescue Plan. Por favor, tomen ventaja de esta oportunidad.
Y nomás te pagan de cierto año para acá. No, if you, let's say, since 19 back, eso no, you gotta catch up to that and then they'll pay.
How many years?
How far back can they go?
Se van 19, se me hace a mí, que that's,
Son 3
What?
años.
ya, son 3 años para atrás.
How many years?
3 years,
Only 3 years
Yeah,
from now.
yeah.
They only can go back to 3 years.
ya, so que no te van a pagar, si debes, por decir del 80, eso no, you gotta
No te
pay
lo
that.
pagan, queda pendiente
Sí,
todavía.
no, you gotta catch up or.
You gotta catch up before they pay.
Or make a payment plan, and then they'll help you out.
Okay.
They
This
still
is
will help you
for
if
only
you can't
3
pay.
years.
If you can't pay the whole amount, let's say you owe the 2,000, you can't pay all that back tax. So if you go in, you make a payment plan. Once you sign that commitment that you're gonna pay and you start paying, they'll help you out. Anyway. They'll still help you out.
Déjeme repetir eso en español. Lo que dice el comisionado Pérez, que el programa paga nada más los últimos 3 años. Si deben más años o están atrojados años anterior que esos, entonces lo que necesitan hacer es un plan de pago con los abogados y eso les puede cualificar para que apliquen para estos dineros. So, hay maneras que se pueden ayudar, pero necesitan hacer el contacto ustedes.
Any other questions that you might have about the report or the
Any questions,
amounts?
comments?
Thank you.
County Clerk?
Commissioners, the report for you, Mr. Gonzalez willing and able to answer any questions.
Okay. We do have the report before us, so I guess if there's any questions, we can call Mr. Gonzalez and ask at a later date. Sheriff's Department?
Good morning, Your Honor, Commissioner. The revenues for the month of August 2022, we're showing AUSA Solutions at 1,500, United States Marshal Service Transport Services at 5,464, United States Marshal Services 89,650, Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office at 285,726 for a total revenue of $382,340. The count for September the 2nd, 2020 was 51 federal inmates, Hidalgo County 152, Starr County inmates at 90 for a total count of 293. The monthly average for federals were 53, monthly average for Hidalgo was 150. Revenue difference between August 2021 and 2022 was an additional $113,598. We're currently above the $3.2 million projected revenues on last year's budget. So that's 104.44 collected. I guess that would put us over 141,000?
Yeah, 140, almost 142.
142 almost. Yes, sir.
That's,
And the the difference between that last month and this month is an additional $15,469. That is our report, Your Honor.
so we're right now at 141 over the expected revenue that we had budgeted.
That is correct, Commissioner.
Yeah, plus there's still one more month.
One more month,
to
yeah.
go. So
And I
we'll-
saw
we'll-
Sheriff Guerra said he had no more room. Can you put up some tents up there? You know, those a few
Concentration.
tents outside, you know, you house another 30, 40, he ain't got no room.
They're-
you know,
they're-
and
they're
I
in a
must
bind.
commend, Ravi and the sheriff. We've been trying to help Hidalgo County with their situation at the jail. In fact, they installed some bunks
Correct.
a
They
couple
paid
months
for
ago.
as well.
So that's the reason, if you notice, the increase that we've had the last 2-3 months is account of those bunks that we have. So, I mean, for us, this is tremendous boots in the arm. If we can average 350, which has been the average approximately the last 3 months,
Yes, sir.
we'll end up with about $500,000 more than was budgeted. So, we thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Any question, comment?
The conditions in the jail are okay, sir?
¿Mande,
The
sir?
conditions in the jail también.
Yes, it's up there in age. We're slowly correcting or making upgrades to the building as we're going every year.
Yeah.
Every year, we try and fix a large ticket item. But the building, it has a few leaks and whatnot, but we've been fixing little by little.
Yeah, and we certainly, and I thank the court, I thank the court for allowing me to spend more money at the jail, because this is the goose that's laying the golden egg right now. In fact, part of the ARPA money, the rescue plan money, we allocated and you all approved approximately $1 million for communications for
Yes, sir.
the sheriff's office. That did qualify. Let me stress that. Everything that we spend is money that needs to qualify under the guidelines that are placed on us by the federal government. So we spent about $1 million just for communications at the jail, and
Yes, sir. That'll be a big help for everybody there. Communications is a vital, big vital part of law enforcement and the jail itself. So that's a big help.
This has been a good partnership, with the, and we look forward to continue this partnership.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. International Bridge.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is the report for August, and the total revenue from traffic is $187,192, and we show an increase of $29,999 for the month of August 2022 compared to the month of August 2021. And we also show an increase of $11,113 on collections for the month of August 2022 compared to the month of July 2022. And we have other collections of $105.69, and we have the grand total of $187,297.69. Do you have any questions?
Any questions, comments? Just a comment that I would like to stress. In fact, we approved it just a little while ago in the purchase orders, that our auditor presented. But we cut a purchase order for $250,000 from the bridge to pay down on what we owe the city of Roma.
Yes.
And the reason for this is that the bridge is doing extremely well. So it's already beyond what I had projected in the budget. So I felt this was a good opportunity, and I talked to commissioners individually, what they thought, and they felt it was correct to pay down on what we owe the city of Roma. I believe that we owed to the tune of about $750,000. So with this, plus this coming year, hopefully it'll pay off a little bit. We'll be down, to less than $500,000. So it's a lot of money, but that's within reason because of the amount of revenue that the bridge generates. So just to keep the public aware that we are working on that, and we're paying off, and we thank you for the work that you do at the bridge.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Any other comment, question? Thank you. Treasurer, Mr. Gonzalez.
Good morning, Judge and
Good
Commissioners. You have my report for the month of August 2022 in front of you. You just follow along with me. The ending balance for the general fund is at $4,509,330 with 6 cents. On the road and bridge, the ending balance is at $488,066 with 62 cents. For the enterprise funds, the ending balance is at $849,509 with 90 cents. For the drainage district, the ending balance is at $3,665,587 with 44 cents, which brings a grand total ending balance to $9,500,000 $512,494.02. That's my report.
This does not include the COVID.
No, it does not include
ARPA money.
the COVID monies, and that's I think we have a balance as of last Wednesday to the tune of $8,599,764.55.
In the ARPA money?
Excuse me?
That's 8 million in
Eight
the
million.
ARPA money?
Yes,
Eight what?
$8,599,764.
So about 8.5.
Yes, that's what.
Okay. I'm delighted with this report. And again, it seems like I'm thanking everyone, but really you all do deserve a lot of thanks. This time it's the Commissioners Court. If you all recall, a couple of years ago, we were borrowing money so we could meet payroll. And yet we have been able to turn this around thanks to the cooperation of the court. So, thank you guys for what you did. It shows that we have a total of about $9.5 million. Normally, what is asked, it's not required, but it's good practice, is to have at least 3 months of operation in fund balance. And guess what? We're almost there. We're almost there. So hopefully at the end of this year, we will be there. And that's certainly feels very good that we are financially solid. Again, thank you to the commissioners.
Thank you
and
very
the
much.
department heads. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. County Auditor, Ms. Alanis.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I have before you the monthly auditor's report for August 31st, 2022. Page 1 is the reconciled cash balances as of August 31st for general fund, road and bridge, and payroll clearing account. For general fund, available balances is $4,437,943. Road and bridge cash available, $466,508. Payroll clearing account, $252,620. Page 2, I present the revenues for general fund for the 11 months past fiscal year 22, with a total revenue collected of $17,948,593, with a remaining budget of $2,525,752. Page 3 are the expenditures for general fund. Continuing to page 4.
Can I just make a comment
Yes, sir.
on page 3? And that's the expenses. If you notice, elections is over budget,
Yes.
but Ms. Martinez is not here, Armandina, but she applied for a grant, and I don't know if that money has come in yet or not.
I don't believe so. I think it's like a supplement to help
Yes.
to assist the elections department.
Yeah, once it comes in, she will be in the black.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Continuing to page 4 are the total expenditures year-to-date for general fund in the amount of $17,505,806, with an excess of revenues over expenditures of $442,787. Page 5, I present the revenues and expenditures for road and bridge for the 11 months ended. Total revenues collected for road and bridge, $6,118,573, with a remaining budget of $435,751. Total expenditures year-to-date expended, $5,722,003, with a remaining budget of $832,313, and a revenue over expenditures of $396,570. Page 6 are the enterprise funds for the county for the 11 months ended on August 31st. International revenue, year-to-date, international bridge revenues, year-to-date collected, $2,112,693. Total year-to-date expenditures, $1,778,683. $673, with an excess of revenues over expenditures of $334,020. Starr County Gas System, year-to-date revenues, $1,022,076. Total expenditures, $855,897, with revenues over expenditures of $166,179. Starr County Transfer Station, year-to-date revenues collected, $1,098,770. Total year-to-date expenditures, $1,247,586, with expenditures over revenues of $148,816. Page 7, I list the county debt of $1,348,450. That concludes my report. Should you have any questions, I'm available.
Any questions? Comments?
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Salas. And I guess my report, I've been talking as we've been going along. Moving on to item number 10, and this is an action item, and what I'm suggesting is that we name, the last time that we traveled to Laredo for the food bank, they asked if we wanted to have a member on the food bank board, and we told them we did. Commissioner Garza and Commissioner Perez and myself went, so I'm suggesting that we name Maricela. She's willing to take the time to make the meetings, which I think is the most important thing.
Second.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 12, this is an action item that we do every year, and this is to approve the sheriff and constable fees for the county clerk, so he can report on that.
They need to be approved before October 1st, which is
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 13, this was placed by Commissioner Peña, and this is to approve the rules and regulations for the Salinero Cemetery, which he does have oversight of.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. It's the same thing for item 14, but this is for the Precinct 2 Memorial Cemetery.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and second. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Our district attorney is stealing from the commissioner on the donations. Te ganó, Commissioner. Anyhow, but this is good. It's to approve a donation of $100 from Medina Electric to the Crime Victim Center Fund.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and second. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 16 through 39 are budget amendments.
Motion to approve.
I'm sorry? Okay, I have a motion.
Second.
Second. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then item 40 through 42 are budget corrections.
Motion.
Second.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And that's what I have for open session. So it is 11 o'clock, and under section 551.074, we will now go into executive session to discuss order of salaries and to get a report on our ASO billing claims. We'll be out shortly. It is 11:30 and we're back in open session. We only had two things that we discussed in executive. One was order of salaries,
I do so move approve the order as salary with the exception what was discussed in executive session.
Second motion.
Moved and second to approve as discussed in executive session. All in favor, please, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, and the ASO was just information, so no action needed on that. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I do so move.